using the video playlist. Listen to Fox News Radio live. Get local weather forecasts. And it's all free. Go to foxnews2go.mobi. That's foxnews2go.mobi.
Some people would call him a loser. He ran for state office. He was beaten. He started a business. He failed. He ran for Congress. He lost. He was nominated for vice president. He lost again. But he knew only those who never tried are the real losers. And Abraham Lincoln was no loser. Persistence. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
It's the end of the fiscal year, and that means budget cuts and number crunching. Now's the time of the year you're evaluating your expenses, planning your budget, and finding ways to save money and increase efficiency to maximize profits. Dex Imaging understands and delivers. Call Dex Imaging today for a free document management evaluation. Cutting your office expenses is as easy as calling Dex Imaging, 352-266-0333. Start saving money today and increase your bottom line with Dex Imaging. Printers, copiers, and fax machines that increase office productivity and save you money. No one understands your bottom line better. Call Dex Imaging today, 352-266-0333, or check them out on the web at deximaging.com. That's DEXimaging.com. Or call 352-266-0333 for your free document management evaluation today.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
If you woke up feeling bloated, load up on water-rich fruits and veggies. Reminiscing about your first encounter, talking about it, creates the same changes in brain chemistry in both of you, which means it'll feel like you're falling in love all over again. If you experience breakouts and you normally drink fat-free milk, consider switching to 1% milk or dairy alternatives that contain fewer than 10 grams of sugar per serving.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
All right, just about 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. It is right here, right now, 40 degrees. Temperatures expected to be 41 tonight, so temperatures staying cool. And then tomorrow gets really cold, like 30 degrees tomorrow night. Galen Unold is up north somewhere. Yes. Where is he, in Georgia?
Georgia.
Atlanta?
And he said Georgia, not Atlanta.
Not Atlanta, but in Georgia. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Can you hear Robin now?
How is it staying, Galen? Does that sound better?
Sounds great.
Well, mic check.
Okay. So on the air, he can hear me. Off the air, he cannot.
So where are you in Georgia?
I'm in a small town in West Georgia called LaGrange.
LaGrange? Oh, I've heard of LaGrange. Is there a school there? A college?
There is. There's a college, yep.
Yeah, I must have played there when I was a kid, when I was younger. I wasn't really a kid. Yeah. Now, looking back at it, it feels like I was a kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
How's the blood supply? I have a really interesting topic for you today. How's the blood supply?
We need platelet donors, and we need type O, and we need Rh negative. But platelet donors are what we're really looking for right now. So.
All right, and we must be close, right, Robin, to the 8 weeks? Must be close.
Yeah, it was 5 days before Christmas, so we should be coming up soon.
All right.
We donated.
Do they know if we call LifeSouth? Will they tell us when our due date?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we should do that.
622-3544.
All right, we'll do that. Because I want to stick to my plan of trying to do it every 8 weeks.
There you go. Good.
So next year, this time, I'll say every 8 weeks.
Yes.
We've saved how many lives? How many times can you give in a year?
5. 5, maybe 6, depending on if you time it perfectly, but 5.
15.
Yeah, so that would be 15 lives.
15 lives. Wow, Robin. 15 people with my blood.
Isn't that something?
Or blood product.
Yep.
All right. This segment is sponsored by Galen. By Galen. This segment with Galen Unold and LifeSouth is sponsored by Penn Flooring. They provide quality customer service and beautiful flooring. Go see their spacious showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street here in Ocala, just over the bridge by the railroad tracks out there. And tell them thank you for sponsoring this segment with Galen. It's an important thing that Galen does. And so what you do, Galen, is kind of where I went with today's topic, because what you do, in essence, is marketing, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Absolutely.
But instead of trying to get people to spend their money, you're getting people to donate their blood.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a similar thing.
Yeah.
And you had marketing background, and obviously your skills, everybody's skills are sharpened as we do it all the time. Anything you do all the time, you can become better at, right?
That's right.
Sure. As long as you don't get in a rut and only do the same thing over and over again.
Oh, good advice. All right, so I'm guessing you know all of these things, or you've heard them before, but there's a book out that came out in 2010, written by a guy named Dan Ariely, who is a psychologist, and the book is called Predictably Irrational: The Hidden Forces That Shape Our Decisions. And it's like contradictory things that we all do. So I thought you'd find this interesting, okay?
Yeah, that will be interesting, okay.
Right. So obviously I can't share the whole book with you, but there are some talking points.
I think we're limited on time before you can read that much.
Some talking points from the book. And really the fun here is in hearing your commentary after I tell you what they are.
Okay.
All right. Here's one thing that he says in the book. We, as a people, are okay with standing in a line that's crowded more so than a short line, which I don't get that.
It's because we're sheep. Because we're sheep, and we find comfort when there are others. And I'll tell you a perfect example. If you go into a business and you drive by and there's no one in the parking lot, there's no cars, you are less likely to stop.
Right. Exactly.
I think you're right about that, yeah. But I mean,
so one of the things that we found at the blood center, for example, I'll tell you what we do, is, we have the assigned blood parking spaces.
Right.
Every day you will see 1 or 2 cars always parked there. And we'll actually tell our employees, hey, tomorrow you need to park in this spot. And it's not so close that there's not a closer spot, right? Mm-hmm. But it's not so far away that people think the place is empty, because you don't want to go into a place where you're the only customer.
No, it's scary.
And I've seen that
unless you're very familiar with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's true.
If you're going to your barber shop, you want to be the first in line if you go there all the time.
Right.
But if you've never been into a business, especially, a clinic or something, you don't want to be the only one there. That would be a little scary.
Interesting. And this, you're saying exactly what he wrote. I mean, in the longer version of his piece, I mean, basically you could have written it. Mm-hmm. And it's, but the one thing I don't think I agree with is like at a line at Disney World. I will not stand in long. I'd rather.
Yeah,
but if you were with your child, you would.
Oh yeah, we've done that with the children.
And you have to remember that's
true.
When you go to Disney World, your mind is in a different spot. You're expecting those long lines. You're expecting the wait, and it's part of the experience. To be completely honest with you, whether we like that or not, it is a part of the experience.
Right, you gear up for it. I agree.
Here's another thing, and I've paraphrased this a little bit so that I could, make it easier or shorter, I should say. Here's what it says. Once a price is established in our minds, we will compare other similar items to that anchor price, which is why pearls and diamonds are so expensive when they're not really that valuable.
Yeah.
He says pearls and diamonds are not valuable.
Yeah.
One of the most common minerals on the planet is gold.
Yeah.
So.
And this is why some people will not spend $1 on a painting, because a painting should be like $1,000.
Yeah, exactly. Minimum.
It's true.
Maybe that's how we sold so many paintings to Kiss the Horse.
Yeah.
I think there's a part of that because people want to feel like they're buying a quality. Because most people buy paintings because, well, wow, this could be really worth something one day. Somebody may find it in my attic. It could be worth millions because Larry Whitler and Robin all of a sudden became popular. Robin McBlain became this great artist later in life, and now everybody's got one. Who's got a McBlain is millionaire.
Wow.
That's right, because she's dead.
Yeah.
Dead,
Well, unfortunately, Robin, that's what would have to happen.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah.
As any good artist knows.
Yes.
All right, so you are on the same page as this guy. All right, now the next one he says, we only forget about the anchor price when the experience feels different, which is why people go to Starbucks and pay so much for coffee, because the experience feels different.
Yeah.
Well, and you could probably do a blind taste test with just about any food or beverage, and you wouldn't know it. But so, for example, if you go to Mark's Prime, the whole environment is so much different than, say, the Outback, right? Or the Golden Corral. Maybe that's a better example. Those are two much more dramatic.
Right.
Because you go into the Mark's Prime expecting a higher level of service, maybe a better cut of meat, and all of those things, and you're willing to pay a premium for those things.
By the way, there was a taste test done. They used Kmart brand coffee and Starbucks brand coffee, and people kept picking the Kmart brand as the.
But I think it's I don't drink coffee, but everybody around me does, and I think a big piece of going to Starbucks is carrying around the Starbucks coffee cup.
Well, that may be true. I think a big piece of it, and I've said this forever, that you're not paying for the coffee, you're paying for the right to sit at a table for longer than a cup of coffee should allow you to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but very few people actually go inside.
That's true, which I've always wondered, why do they have to drive through? How does Starbucks even make sense at a drive-through?
Yeah.
To me, it's about sitting in the place and chatting with somebody.
And we've seen a lot of people exiting the mall with Starbucks coffee cups in their hand.
Yeah, so you're right. I mean,
so they get them and they come out and they take them somewhere else.
All right, we've got some more of these, but let's take a phone call. Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning, you're on there. I agree with Galen about the quality. I wouldn't think twice about spending $9 or $10 on a sub at Jimmy John's or Jersey Mike's, but I would never spend that kind of money at Subway.
Oh.
I'm not sure what. Seems like the same type of place.
It's a different quality in me.
Yeah, I believe you're right, but the crazy thing is it's not that much better. And the pricing isn't that much unless you get the one that's $5. So.
Okay, thank you for the call. We're almost up against that break, so let's just put this on hold. But this is an interesting topic, and I love hearing your commentary. I mean, you could have written this book.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, hold on to you.
There's a lot more insight than that.
But we got about, let's see, I only did 3 of them so far, so I've got another 9. So 12 points from the book. We'll take a little break and be right back with Galen Unold somewhere up in Western Georgia. We'll be right back.
In LaGrange.
We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine today with a high of 64 to 68, then clear and chilly tonight. Those ranging from the upper 30s in a few inland spots to 45 along the coast. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and breezy with a high of 68 to 72. Then on Friday, mostly sunny and noticeably cooler with highs ranging from the mid-50s in the northernmost part of the zone to the low 60s in the south. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
There you go, and make sure to thank them for sponsoring this segment with Galen Unold. It's one of our favorite segments of the day,
yes.
Actually. And today we're kind of tapping into Galen's expertise, which is marketing. We don't think of Galen as a marketing guy, but he is.
No, he is.
If you really look at what he does, he's a marketing guy.
That's his job.
So and this, if you didn't hear earlier, this is from a book called Predictably Irrational by a guy named Dan Ariely. It came out in 2010, and the subtitle is The Hidden Forces That Shape Our Decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So far, Galen sounds like he agrees with the author, and the phone is ringing. Good morning, you're on the air.
Yeah, good morning. I just want to mention real quick, I've got a family member that will not eat steak from Walmart. And I said, well, why not? Because it's Walmart steak. I said, well, where do you eat your steak from? Well, we eat it from Winn-Dixie. Why? Because they're the beef people. That don't make any sense. A piece of steak is a piece of steak if it's choice.
Exactly.
That's
I guess so.
well,
Yeah,
a piece of meat isn't a piece of meat. But yes, I understand the concept. I mean, if you have ever had like Kobe beef compared to like a flat iron steak, there's no comparison.
See, I don't even, I can't.
It's just like he's like trying to brainwash where Winn-Dixie's the beef people, so they're the people that have the best beef in town, which is not true.
I don't know. All right, thank you. Well, I'll tell you, I did an experiment one time with Alex, and I failed at the experiment. When he was little, hey, Galen, you're breathing into the mic or something. There's a lot of air. I don't know what that is.
I know what's going on. I do. I pushed the mic too close to my face.
Okay, but there's what was I going to say? I when Alex was little, he loved macaroni and cheese, Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was cheap enough.
It's in the box.
But I guess I was really hard for money at that time, and I went and I got the store brand. Mm-hmm. Did not show him because I thought he wouldn't eat it because he saw the box. I figured if he didn't see the box, he wouldn't know and he'd eat it. Well, he didn't.
No.
He really could tell the difference between the Kraft and the other one. So.
Yeah, TJ and Shannon too. I had to buy the Kraft macaroni and cheese because they could tell right away.
All right, here's one, Galen. This is another one from the.
I guess they didn't have the dinosaurs back then. The dinosaurs would have probably trumped all that.
I think they did have the dinosaurs.
Yeah, but this was in the box with the dry powder, and then you mix it with milk.
All right, here we go. Listen to this one. Now, this one I agree with. Then it's easy to agree. I don't know if everybody will. We will never be able to predict what we actually would or wouldn't do when we're sexually aroused, even though we can think.
Oh, that's right.
So when you're sexually aroused, somebody who is perhaps persuading you can do that, or you're not going to be able to predict it. That's what he says. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, people do some really crazy things, both men and women. Yeah. So, I mean, that's really, really, that's interesting.
Yeah. Have you ever looked back, like after you had one of those moments, and said, "Gosh, what was I doing? Why was I doing that?"
Absolutely.
Or have you ever seen a movie?
Galen's
have you ever seen a movie of your face and said, "Why was I making that face?"
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, movies.
Oh, movies. All right.
Everything we do in this world is to get a mate or to keep a mate.
That's what they say. That's what Freud said, yeah.
That's right.
All right, here's another point from the book. We are more willing to do things for free than if we had gotten paid for it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think so. I think just because we deal with volunteers all the time, you could put a volunteer and say, "Hey, I need you to take out this trash. I need you to haul this 50-pound bag over to here," and they wouldn't do it if you paid them like $10 an hour. So yeah, absolutely.
Well,
absolutely.
You know what? When I don't know if this is
you mow grass? Let me. And this is probably a bad example, but one of the things I can't stand is mowing the grass. I hate it. I would not do it for a living. But if somebody said, "Look, I really need my grass mowed," I'd do it for free.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they're in a bind.
Well, that's a great example of what I wanted to kind of say. If there's something that you really don't want to do, but somebody needs it done, and they say, "How much would you charge me?" I think I would rather say, "Let me just do it for free," and here's why. And I don't know if it's exactly the same logic as this guy is saying, but here's why. Because if I tell you I'm going to cut your grass for $20, let's say, and you know darn well that this is a 5-acre piece of land and it's going to really take a long time, and your time is worth way more than $20.
Sure.
But that person is going to think he paid you what you're worth. But if you don't charge them, then it's invaluable. It's like doing a painting or portrait. I've done so many portraits for people, and I say, I don't want anything for it. Because if I actually charge them what it should be worth, they couldn't afford it.
Right.
And if I charge them anything, they're going to say, "Oh, this was just a $40 painting."
Yeah, right.
Oh, Larry doesn't. It's not that great because he only charges $40.
Yeah.
I would say, well, no, it's valueless. It's priceless. So you get it for free. It's priceless.
Yeah, exactly. Can't afford the $2,000? Well, it's for free.
I know. It's just a way. I mean, I don't want to not do them. All right. Here's the next one. This is a good one. We are willing to pay more for something when something free is included. How about that?
Well, here's an example of that. I mean, when there's a reason why we give out T-shirts when people give blood, right? Because they feel like they're getting something in return.
Yeah.
The other one, and this is the one that I'm amazed by, is people will give complete strangers who happen to be set up with a kiosk all of their financial information in order to apply for a credit card, in order to get like a free bag.
Yeah.
Right? You know, the credit card offers, things like that.
Right, yeah.
And that's an incredible tech that they use. So, I mean, if you watch, if you go out into a crowd and say, "Hey, I got a T-shirt," and you shoot it up into a gun, watch how people try to kill each other for that $3 T-shirt.
That's right.
We've seen that at the Opry. Rhonda Vincent.
Right.
She throws the T-shirts out there.
Right, and it's like there's nothing special about that shirt. It's just somebody has it. I want it. I don't want anybody else to get it over me.
Well, in the case of a celebrity throwing it from a stage, just because the celebrity touched it, I think
has no more value.
I know, but I want to focus on the word "more" in that sentence. We are willing to pay more for something when something free is involved, which means that something free isn't free.
Yeah,
because you just paid more for the thing.
Look at buying cars. I mean, when you buy a car, hey, I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw in oil change or something for life.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, that's great. It turns out to be like a $200 value.
Oh, gosh. I have a great example. We get offers all the time to go to these seminars. No, let me change the word. Invitation. We get invitations to go to seminars. The seminars can be $50, $100, $150, $200, right?
Yeah.
They will always say includes a free lunch.
Yeah.
So, how is that free?
Or you get a toaster.
Yeah, exactly.
How is that free?
How is that free?
I'm paying $200 to sit and listen to you talk for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And lunch is free? I think I paid for it. All right, let's go. Okay. We care. Here's another point. We care more about the social welfare of others when prices drop to zero. Let me see if I can read more to make that clearer.
Yeah, please.
He says, when price is not a part of the exchange, we become less selfish maximizers and start caring more about the welfare of others. In other words, when money is not involved, people were more willing to share, and they also think about others' needs. It's exactly the reason why when you're dining with friends, it's a big deal to consume the last thing on your plate.
Yeah, you don't want to take home a doggy bag. I've never been a fan of that.
I don't know. I don't understand this one at all. I don't understand this one. We care more about the social welfare of others.
I think that's because we're using somebody else's money, and we're a lot more giving with other people's money.
Yeah, maybe somebody else is treating.
We care more about
I think
social.
that's the way it is. So, for example, if you're, it's going to a good cause or something, it's like, oh, well, this is more important. I don't know. I can't think of an example of that, though.
All right, the next thing.
People aren't as frugal with other people's money as they are with their own.
Just to remember
that's true.
The title again, predictably irrational. So we're all predictable in these ways and irrational. Okay, so here's the next point. We get the same amount of pleasure from a small gift as we do a bigger gift. Yeah, I guess that's
I would think so, because
size
it's a gift.
doesn't matter.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
Size doesn't matter.
Yeah, the size doesn't matter.
All right, the next point. We don't feel...
Unless you're like 3.
Yeah, then you need the biggest one under the tree.
Or behave like you're 3.
or behave like you're 3.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? There was one video online about this girl who was so upset with her father because he got her the wrong color car. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah. That was awful. She was disgusting.
Yeah.
She was disgusting. Well, that shows she was a spoiled brat all her years
Do you
growing
remember that
up.
one,
so
Galen?
that was awful.
I don't think I saw that one.
All right, the next point.
I've seen enough of those to understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. We don't feel as remorseful about what we've done when we have to pay for it. We don't feel
Oh,
as
absolutely. Sure. Because we're entitled.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
paid for that experience. Sure.
Oh, here's a good example he gives. He mentions in the book a daycare center that decided to start fining parents when they picked up their children late.
Uh-huh.
And more parents started coming late because they could justify, well, I'm paying you.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I believe that. I'm paying you, so there you go. Here's the extra $10.
Wow.
That's amazing. I believe that. I believe that, too. And it's not like the daycare is just going to leave them out on the curb.
No.
Right. The interesting part it says is that even when the daycare center removed the fines, the parents' behaviors did not change. They continued to pick up their children late. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Set the standard.
Yeah,
Set
they
the
have
standard.
they have no respect for the other business and no respect for their kids' welfare.
Well, they just set the standard at that point. It became okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. All right. The next point he makes is we start to feel ownership towards things before we even own them.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Especially if it's in your mind you're going to buy something and you're making that plan and you haven't paid for it yet, but in your mind it's already yours. Sure.
But here's what he says. He said this is why the 30-day money-back guarantee works so well, because once you have it, you own it and you don't want it to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely right.
Wow.
It takes a lot before you return something. Do you ever notice that? I mean, it's got to be really, really, one, convenient, super, super convenient. And secondly, it just can't fit, whether it's because it's not your size or you just really, really hate it. So.
All right, here's why we look at women that we shouldn't be looking at. Are you ready for this? Mm-hmm. Galen? Options like women distract us because we have an irrational compulsion to keep the doors open. It's irrational, he says.
Yeah, that sounds right.
We can't focus on most important things because we're running back and forth among the things that might be important.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
All right, whatever. And then the last one he has is the placebo effect alters the outcome of a situation almost every time. He gives it an example of a study done in 2003 that found that more than 1/3 of patients who received antibiotics for a sore throat were later found to have viral infections, for which an antibiotic does absolutely no good. Even when doctors know that a cold is viral rather than bacterial, they still know very well that the patient wants some sort of relief. Most commonly, the patient expects to walk out with a prescription, and it is the enthusiasm of the physician's assertion that the prescription will work that actually gets the patient well.
Mm-hmm. I believe that.
Sure. I mean, attitude's everything, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all in your perception.
Doctor said I'll feel better in a couple of days.
All right. Well, I got through all of them, but we need to know where the Bloodmobile is. We're at the end. Where's the Bloodmobile?
We're right back at Wedgwood Road.
At Wedgwood Road. Will you be careful driving through Georgia again? Is it colder up there? What's the temperature up there?
35.
35.
Wow.
Any snow? Any ice? No.
No snow, but the ice. Windshield was icy this morning.
Ooh, gee.
Well, you be careful up there, Galen. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, we'll do. Thanks, you guys are the best.
Donate blood
Bye,
and thank Penn Flooring. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Our embassy in Yemen evacuated as the security situation deteriorates.
U.S., France, and Britain say they're closing their embassies due to the turmoil there. Shiite rebel Houthis seized the capital of Sana'a in September and solidified their power grab by dissolving parliament after seizing the presidential palace and prime minister's house. The president and cabinet later resigned. Houthi rebels armed with Kalashnikov rifles can be seen patrolling the streets.
Fox Radio's Jessica Gallagher opening statements in Texas.